First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Mooney in motion. On 2nd down, Penix. That one taken in by London. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On 1st down, it's Robinson.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Here's a designed run. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
He's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the gun, here is Penix. And this will be tracked down and intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to get the football at their own 23.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. A modest game. maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Olave is the motion man. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And third down coming up. Carr working out of the gun. That is intercepted. Picked off by Clark Phillips. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
And he's going to be taken down. So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. First and goal. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. One more time, it's Robinson. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here.
And he's in. Drake London. Touchdown Falcons. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. They'll come up here, first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Here's Carr. He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Drake London. Touchdown, Atlanta. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. J.D. Bertrand able to bring him down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Carr. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a 6. First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 14-0 is our score. More from New Orleans after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the give, this is Kamara. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Back is Carr. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, what I'm seeing play out there right now, Mike, is just a frustrated offense playing on tilt. And on the other side of the ball, I'm seeing a defense that's happily taking advantage of these decisions. I mean, how else do you explain 3 consecutive drives that result in a pick? I mean, each mistake just feeds the next. It feeds frustration. And all at the same time, it's leading to questionable throws and easy picks.
They get an even 20 on that one. 1st down, Atlanta.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We saw...
And he's into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. In motion is Hill. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They put Wilson in motion. Carr now. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
2nd down, Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. Here's 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
On play action, Penix. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. That's Carl Granderson in there to record the sack. 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. He fires downfield for Pitts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Falcons getting their punter out there. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field.
At the Falcons' 49-yard line.
Kamara going to get it on the zone read here. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield. Carr now on 2nd down. Brought in by Chris Olave. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. He'll get this out wide. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Now a 2nd down throw from Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Now Carr. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's good. First and goal at the 5.
Carr to throw. And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up second and goal.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll work the middle here with Kamara. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
4 yards. It's now third and goal.
Looking for that final yard. It's third and goal. They'll let the fullback try to push the punt. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up fourth and goal. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown. So they're going to go for it here on fourth and goal.
29.
Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Caden Ellis. And a good return here. He is out of bounds up past the 30.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Third down, 3 to go. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. Won't be by much. He needed 3. He got 3. The mark says first down. They'll throw. It's Penix. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. And Penix. That's complete. He's got it to London. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. Now, deep ball for London. And this will be incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Again, it's Penix. This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. No gain to show for it.
Now, that was a nice looking grab. Really nice footwork there on the sideline to stay in bounds, but after all that, it's still not going to result in very much.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
So we reach halftime, and the visiting Falcons are in the lead. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. In motion is Hill. He'll go play action with Carr. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. How about 25 yards to start the drive? 1st down. Carr working out of the gun. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, not.
And more of the same. Another interception. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. On is Coop for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Falcons are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Carr. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Kamara. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
That is caught. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to take this one all the way. 77 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. And they are unable to tack on the extra point.
Blake Grupe to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Ray McCloud on the return. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
At their own 43-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Falcons will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
A good return as he takes it across the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
In motion is Hill. On 1st down, Carr. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all three levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain. He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. So they come to the line for first down and 10. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll twist his way into a good run. A pickup of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Another run here for Robinson. And he's fighting and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
The Falcons send their punting unit out as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, Carr. That's deep for Olave. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. To throw is Carr. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Good for a Saints.
First down throw for Carr. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
At their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. We'll go play action now with Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. On play action, Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We're about ready now for the punt. To return, it's Shaheed. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
At their own 14-yard line.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Carr now to throw on first down. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
Now someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. Carr now on second down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They need the 24-yard line as they come up for third down. That's deep for Olave. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's incomplete. Daring ball on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll take this down to about the 15. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Robinson. And he will get into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Atlanta. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons add on to their already sizable lead.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Carr. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Troy Anderson.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to...
And he's got another one. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Falcons. That is 3 touchdowns in this one, and he's up to 11 on the season. Coop able to add the extra point. And the Falcons will add one more onto their big lead.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Shaheed in motion. Look wide. Get this one complete. Not able to stay in. He steps out of bounds, and that'll be a loss of a couple of yards on that one. 3rd and long. They motion the slot man left. Carr from the gun on 3rd down. That's deep for Olave. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
They run over center with Robinson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A tight end in motion now. Now here's Tyler Algier out of BYU. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Crazy. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. Marked down at the 6. 2nd and goal. Here's Robinson. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They were stopped on second down, now 3rd and goal from the 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. And he's in! Kyle Pitts! Touchdown, Atlanta. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with the win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Bradley Pinion set to kickoff.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now, Carr. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They put Wilson in motion. Now, a 2nd down throw from Carr. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. Will take over possession here at the 44.
It's no secret, this offense has severely struggled to sustain drives this entire game, and the scoreboard, for the most part, Mike, it reflects that. I mean, that interception should, in essence, put an end to any lingering hope of a last-minute comeback.
And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Give to Robinson from the pistol. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
2 yards on the play. And the Falcons 1st down.
From the gun, it's Penix. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Willie Gay. To the 20. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Shaheed in motion. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision turned it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. McLeod now to return. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. London brought in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. On 2nd down, Penix. Open man, he's got it. It's London. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Falcons.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And the Saints are gonna come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So, it's a win for the visiting Falcons. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.